I think most realtors are looking for new leads when in fact their next deal is inside their CRM, a lead just like this one that I'm going to show you exactly how we found them in the CRM, exactly why this lead is good, and most importantly, how I'm going to close this lead over a period of time, what calls I'm going to make, what we're going to say, what emails we're going to send, all that good stuff. So let's jump right into it. So what makes this lead good? So when we go and we look at this particular lead, we see the lead score is 95. What is actually factoring in to make this lead score of 95? This is in Lofty CRM, in case you're not aware. It's a real estate CRM. So lead score, top indicators, active communication, valid email, valid phone, reply to agent email, and reply to agent text. These are very good buying signals. Web activities, lots of searches, saves, views, even requested a showing. And the email open rate and the email reply rate is really, really high. So if this sounds really good, but you're thinking, actually, I need leads first, just quickly go into the pinned comment below, jump over to school.com/ads, click it, and join this free community where I teach you how to get real estate leads from Google Ads for a very low price. So click over, click join group, go in there. There's all sorts of information. There's a video course, all that good stuff. So back to this particular lead. So this particular lead has all the different signs that I would want for somebody that's going to be closable. They came in on April 12th, so they came in about a month ago, which is my birthday, ironically. And we can actually see what they searched, tagged in here in Lofty Lead. So they searched Concord, Massachusetts, homes for sale as a keyword search on Google. And this is the campaign ID, so we can attribute them to the actual Google ad campaign, which is really, really powerful. So how did I find this particular lead? So let's go into Lofty. This is inside my Lofty. There's about 125,000 leads in here. What I did is I went over to priorities and high priorities. So I've got the sales agent set up in Lofty, which means they AI text and AI email this particular lead to try to warm them up to create a short list of hot leads for us. So we click on high priority, and then what we'll do is we'll actually have a look through. We can see different leads here. We can see why it's saying that they're high priority. This is usually the first place that I will look for leads once I've exhausted all of these, and then there's about 613 in here, so there's obviously a lot. Then there's some other search filters that I'll move on to. So look through this, make sure that you see what's here. These people are requesting home evaluations. They've literally told the AI assistant to call them. They said, we want to get financed. They say, we want to sell our house. This is a really, really good list to start with. So after that, what you do is you go to into Lofty just normally, and then there's a couple different filters that I use that are the most powerful ones in my opinion. So this one's called the Jazz Money Filter. There's a customer that I have named Jazz who thought this filter up, where I do Google Ads for him. They're really, really smart. So what we're doing is we're filtering based on people that have been on the website in the last 3 days. They've viewed at least they've viewed more than 2 properties, so 3+ properties, and their lead score is 81 and above. And 81 is a really, really solid lead score, as I showed you with that other lead, Eric. So you go through and you filter by that, and once you've created these filters, you can click Create, View, and Save it, just like I have here for Jazz Money Filter. If you're in my Google Ads Masterclass and you get access to this, you'll actually have these filters just automatically, just in case you're curious. The way you do that is go to the pinned comment, school.com/ads, to jump in. And then what you do is you filter based on lead score. So you scroll up to the top, go over here, lead score by 95. And then what I like to do is I like to filter based on activities. So right here you can filter based on favorites. I want to find people that not just have lots of property searches and lots of properties that they've viewed, but lots of properties they favorited. This is a really good buying signal that they're interested in these properties. So when you scroll down, this is where I found that particular lead, Eric. So right here, Eric. So I click on it, we open it up, and now we're in Eric's lead. So this is one of the filters that I find that's really, really powerful. I'm going to jump back to Eric in a second here, but I just want to show you a couple other quick filters. So active browsing is another filter. So this filter, the information or the thing we're filtering for are, so last website visit in the last 7 days, mean they've been on the website in the last 7 days and they viewed 6+ properties. This is a good signal as well. They're active, that you can call and reach out to this person. The last one we're going to talk about is part of my conversion process. which is calling the lead 6 times plus in their first 7 days. So this filter just simply filters by people in the last 7 days that have less than 6 calls. So in my system, there is 712 leads that signed up in the last 7 days that have less than 7 calls, or less than 6 calls, sorry. So I think we probably have 2,400 that have signed up. So the agents are doing quite well, but these ones need to be called more. So those are the core filters that I highly recommend using. The AI priority, if you're not using the sales agent in Lofty, it's great, as well as the JAS money filter, which you can just rewind this to see how I set that up, the active browsing, and the 6+ calls. So let's jump over to this particular customer, Eric, who I think is very, very closable. They signed up about a month, 3 weeks ago. They've been favoriting properties. They've requested a showing on a specific property, a $700,000 home. And you can see all the different properties they favorited as well. So first things first, call this person, obviously. This person should have been called. They have not been called since they signed up, but they need to be. Call them in the next 7 days at least 6 times. If they pick up, great. If they don't pick up, what you're going to want to do is send a follow-up text that literally just says, hey, I just quickly called you, or I called you, my name's Corey. I've got some information on a property that you may be interested in. Give me a call back. And then wait for them to call back. Of course, many times they're not going to. So what I would definitely follow that up with is looking at the properties they favorited. So the most recent one was April 26th, and obviously the closer this is to when they favorited it, the better. So April 26th would be ideal to send this out on. Is go into your realtor version of MLS. It's called Paragon where we live, but it could be, there's a bunch of different ones. Go into that, look up this particular property, and go find some documents that are not publicly available, like the title search, potentially property disclosure statement, any other disclosures or anything that's not going to be publicly available on any website that only licensed realtors will have access to. Grab those documents to do this next step. This next step is one of the reasons I had such a high close rate. I was converting about 5 or 6% of online leads when I was in production. Is every time I saw a really high value lead like this, is I called them, I texted them, and then I sent this email. So this email would be just click the email pane right here. Then what I would do is I would click this little BombBomb video button, which you have to have BombBomb connected. And then what you do is you record a video. Obviously I can't record a video because I'm recording one now, so if I click record it would say an error. But what you do is you click record a video, your webcam or your cell phone, depending on how you're doing this, will just show you. And in this case, the customer's name, their first name's Eric. We're obviously not going to reveal their last name or any other details, but their first name's Eric. And I'd say, hey, Eric, thank you so much for checking out listings on my website. There's a property that I think you may be interested in on 123 Main Street. I've gone ahead and I've got the title search, the property disclosure statement, and some other documents that are not publicly available. So this is some insider information. If you'd like this on any other property, just go ahead and let me know and I can send it over. I really appreciate you joining the site. And then boom, you record it, you click this, you click save, and then it has a little GIF in the video. And in fact, what I'll often do is hold up a whiteboard with Eric's name on it in the video GIF. So this is my business partner, Zaya. He's just going this. What I would do is have his name right here, and I'd go Eric like this. So when he opens the email, he just sees Eric on a board and me going like this. And then when he opens it, I literally say his name and go, Eric, thank you so much. And oftentimes what will happen is even if somebody's not ready to transact, they'll reply to this email at an extremely high rate because it's unique and it has their name. And the open rate, once they actually see it, they're going to watch it 100% of the time because they're really, really curious. And when I was in production, I literally did this 25 times per day, 5 days a week. So I'd go find 25 people that I thought would benefit from this each day between 9 and 11 a.m. And I would send them this video and I'd get a response rate much, much higher than the texts, the phone calls, and any other email. The subject I would typically put is I would put insider information on 123 Main Street, and I would use the particular address of one of the properties, the most recent or the one that looks like they're most interested in. So for example, this Harvard one right here, this one actually is today, or this is yesterday. So I might even use this one in this case because they just looked at it a number of times even though they haven't favorited it. But if they had a favorite that's recent, that you look and they've just looked at it a ton of times, this is a really, really good indicator that they're going to want more information on this property. And it really differentiates yourself from other agents. So one of the other things that's really powerful about Lofty in this case is knowing the search intent of what they're searching for. So the way we set up Google Ads is we set it up so it actually tags the lead in here with the keyword phrase that they searched. So for example, Concord, Mass, homes for sale is what they searched. They may not have looked at Concord homes in the initial listings that they looked at, but we know they had the search intent here. So in that BombBomb video or any text or anything like that, you can literally reference this even if they've never looked at this particular area on the site. Maybe they weren't able to find it for whatever reason, but you can say, hey, it looks like we believe you're looking in Concord, or if you're interested in Concord homes for sale, we've got some off-market listings that come up from time to time, so just shoot me a quick email or a text back and let me know what criteria you're looking for so I can make sure to notify you before they hit the market. There are literally endless ways to convert these particular customers, and the simplest one, other than obviously the finding the right leads and going through the different filters I showed you earlier, is just diligence and persistence. You want to really move mountains for these people. The BombBomb video play that I showed you, where I show the documents of a particular listing that I know they're interested in, is something most other people aren't going to do. So the more you can offer value, not to every lead in the CRM, because obviously that would be too laborious for you to do, but the high value ones that are doing the activities that you know is making them likely to transact, go the extra mile for those people. Really wow them. All it takes is one or two of those people per week to transact to have a multi-million-dollar business, depending on what market you're in. So again, I appreciate you coming by. If you are still looking for information if you liked this basically and you want more information, the whole foundation of all of these leads that I've generated is Google Ads. I've been doing Google Ads for 15 years. Since August of 2010 is when I started, and it completely changed my life as a real estate agent. So if you don't have consistent lead flow that's high intent, that's ready to transact, go over to the pinned comment below at school.com/ads. This community is totally free. Once you join, you'll be able to see in the community a bunch of other realtors like you that are learning how to do this. You can see Juan's going through a case study. You can see I've got full tutorial videos on how to set up leads, how to set up campaigns as a real estate agent, because that's what I am. You can also go into the classroom, and in the classroom there's actually a full masterclass. It's a full video course that is literally 24 hours of video content, completely free. I do not charge for it, just yours free. You can literally learn all the foundational concepts of how I learned how to do this. And you can also go into the calendar, and if you go to the next Monday, you're going to see a webinar that I host for free as well. So I'll do a live training on there. I'll show you around, show you how it all works. I do real estate examples because that's what I specialize in. And then at the end of it, I'll do a Q&A. So if you just have some quick questions or some long questions about how Google Ads works for realtors or Lofty or anything like that, total open book, come check it out. I hope to see you in the community, and I hope to see you on the webinar, and I will definitely see you in the next video.